What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you want to learn how to grow your hair out, how to keep it strong, how to prevent breakage at the ends of your hair, keep on watching. What's up guys, my name's Dani. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Again, technically I'm still pretty new here, so thank you guys for watching and for clicking on my video, and I hope you guys learned something. It's 4 in the afternoon and I realized I was getting cranky, and that is because I have not had my coffee yet. Cheers to coffee. Let's get started. So the first thing, let me give you a little behind the scenes of basically my hair journey and all the things that I've been through. I naturally have a ashy brown hair. I do dye my hair. I dye it more black in the winter, and then in the summer sometimes I do get more of like a caramel highlight put in, but besides that I have never bleached my hair. Growing up I was a competitive cheerleader. With that, the hairstyles that are required, there's a lot of hairspray, there's a high ponytail, there's teasing in your hair if you have a bump. For me, I did... Okay, so I was a cheerleader for 7 years. So for 7 years, I was constantly have my hair up in a high ponytail, the teasing, the hairspray, the curling, the hair straightening, the heat applied to my hair was all the time. With that, basically, I could not get my hair to grow any longer than about this length. And I stopped doing cheerleading after my junior year of high school, and from that point on, that's really when my hair started to grow. And looking back at it, it really makes sense why my hair didn't start to grow until after that, because of all the damage I was doing to my hair. My hair basically got down to this length my junior year of college, and then I had a mental breakdown like most of us do, and then decide to drastically change our hair. So for me, I decided to cut 13 inches off of my hair myself. As you can see, I don't regret doing that. I was excited to have short hair like that just because I thought there was going to be so many cute hairstyles I could do and yada yada yada, and then I found out that short hair was actually kind of a lot of maintenance and it never looked good unless I styled it. One of the main things I really like about having long hair is that I basically just wake up in the morning and throw a little bit of mousse in my hair and then I'm good to go. I don't have to really do anything with it. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the tips that I have used to help grow my hair out the last couple of years. Let's first start with talking about the root of your hair. How your hair grows, there's 4 different phases that your hair is in, and the first phase is that growing phase, and what you want to do in order to get your hair to keep growing is to keep your hair in that growth phase as long as possible. I don't have the fine details about that, but basically what I find important is just to make sure that your scalp is moisturized, isn't very dry. So I personally have, like my face, I have a combination scalp. I have to wash my hair every 3 days because my hair gets super oily, but then also sometimes it's dry. But what I do to help really stimulate the hair growth, honestly, this trick is what I have seen the most length gain in my hair by doing. Before you get in the shower, flip your head upside down and just massage your head for 2 minutes. Just wait. Like personally, by the time I'm washing my hair is already kind of oily, so I'm just getting in there, scrubbing everything, and what that does is just breaking apart all of the oils that are attached to your head, all the dead skin, lifting all of that off of your scalp so that more hair can grow and grow better and not have any blockage. Another thing you can do with that is sometimes I like to take coconut oil and I'll just dip my fingertips in it and then massage that onto my scalp so that my scalp is also being moisturized, but you don't want to leave that on for super long. As for hair masks, I personally do not believe in them, and I don't think that they're necessary. Sometimes when the ends of my hair are there's a lot of breakage, I will soak my hair in just coconut oil and leave that in for a couple of hours and then rinse it out. The only catch with that is when you're rinsing out your hair, you have to wash it a couple of times to get that oil out of your hair, or else it looks disgusting if you don't wash it all out. And then I'll just link down below the coconut oil I use. All I do is just scrape out some of the coconut oil, stick it in a dish, pop it in the microwave for a little bit. You don't want the oil to be hot when you put it on your head, so only leave it in for like 10 seconds and then just put that on your head. So if you're gonna do your whole hair with coconut oil as your mask, leave it on for like 2 to like 6 hours and then rinse it out. But when you rinse it out, usually what I end up doing, I take a conditioner and I put that all over my head and then I rinse it out because I feel like that gets rid of most of it, and then I put on the shampoo, and then most of the times I don't condition again after that because you can kind of tell in the shower if you still have oil on your hair. So I probably do that maybe once a month. But as for the massaging my head before getting in the shower, I try and do that before I get in the shower every time. That is what has made my hair grow the most. Moving on to the next thing, let's talk about where the breakage usually occurs. So most of the time we don't have an issue with growing our hair out from the root. The ends of your hair that we have the issue with. When people say that it's important to get haircuts every however many weeks, that's because you want to cut off your ends that are already split and breaking so that they don't keep breaking up the shaft. For me personally, I trim my own hair. So if you want to see a video of how I cut and trim my hair, comment down below. But for the most part, I don't really trim my hair. It's maybe every like 3 to 4 months that I'll trim my hair. And when I do that, I only take like half an inch off, maybe. Most of the time, your breakage will occur when you're brushing your hair. You can't just say, oh, I'm just not gonna brush my hair. Naturally, my hair is wavy curly. So I am a night shower kind of person. So before I go to bed, I brush my hair and then I braid it. Next day, my hair is wavy or curly or whatever it decides to be that day. I don't brush it because if I brush it, then it gets all frizzy and gross and then I have to put more product in it. So anywho, brush your hair. When you're brushing your hair, these are some tips and tricks you want to use so that you're not breaking it as much. If you're brushing your dry hair, I suggest using a brush that the bristles are more spread apart. That is because the more closer together the bristles are, the more tugging that's happening on your hair, and you don't want that. So basically how your hair works. So you have this shaft, bear with me. And there's this coating on the shaft that's called your cuticle. And basically what the cuticle looks like is kind of like shingles on a house. And every time that you're brushing or adding heat to your hair, the shingles, you want them to be, you know, more flat against each other so it's more straight. But the more heat and the more brushing and the tugging and the pulling that you apply to your hair, those shingles are going to break apart. So instead of your shaft looking more like this, it's going to look like more open. And that is what causes the split ends, the frizzy hair, all of the things that we don't want. When you're brushing your hair when it's dry, use a brush that is more spread out with the bristles. So I use just a paddle brush. It's by Conair. I've had this for years. A hack when you're using a paddle brush, don't brush your hair sideways because the prongs in the hairbrush are more like this. If you brush it down vertically like this, all the bristles are going to be in line. Mouth isn't waving through everything, it's just going straight through. So instead of brushing your hair like this, you want to brush it like this. Another tip when you're brushing your hair, start at the ends of your hair and then work up. So what I do is I grab my hair and I hold it and I'll brush my ends out, and then once these are clear, then I grab a little bit higher and then I just make my way up to the top of my head. So say you have a knot here and you decide to brush from here down, well, you're tugging on your hair that way. But most of the time, if you're brushing underneath of the tangle, it's going to already untangle the hair fibers. So by the time you get to the knot, it's not going to be as big. For me, before I get in the shower, I like to brush my hair. If you have curly hair, it's better to brush your hair when it's wet. But if you have more wavy or straight hair, it's better to brush it when it's dry. I have wavy-ish hair, wavy curly hair, depends on the day. So I will honestly, since I don't brush my hair usually, I will brush my hair out before I get in the shower if I'm washing my hair, so that by the time I get in the shower, I have less hair fallout. I shed a lot. I'm sure my roommates are probably sick of it because all the time they're like, I found a hair. Yeah, I don't know. I can't help it. I'm honestly surprised I still have this much hair on my head, but I do. I shed a lot. It's normal. Don't worry about it. It's natural. But when you're in the shower or your hair is wet, I suggest using a comb that is wider tooth. So I didn't realize this was kind of clear. This doesn't help. Okay, this is a brush I use when my hair is wet. The reason, again, why you want to have the wider prongs is so that it's not tugging on your hair as much. Just using your fingers is fine too. When I'm in the shower, I don't most of the time just finger comb my hair. But when I get out of the shower and I'm applying my hair product, I will use this comb to brush my hair through afterwards. So let's move on to products in the shower. Okay guys, so let me tell you about the shampoo and conditioner that I use, that I have been using for about a year now. This is the shampoo that I use. It is called Redken Clean Maniac, and this was something that I did go and get my hair professionally done before I graduated, and I told my hairstylist how I have oily hair but it's also dry at the same time, and she told me that this shampoo would be perfect, and I love it, you guys. I have had this bottle for about a year now, and there's still, it's up to here. I've had this for a year and there's still this much product in it, and I wash my hair 2-3 times a week. So again, this is called the Redken Clean Maniac Hair Cleansing Cream Clarifying Shampoo for all hair types. And basically I only put a quarter size amount in my hand, and then, you know, just put it on your scalp. I don't know who needs to hear this, but shampoo should only go on your scalp and conditioner should only go on the mid to the end length of your hair. Do not put conditioner on your scalp, and do not put shampoo on the ends of your hair. This is maybe, I think, $20 to $25. I'll link it in the description box below. But again, this has lasted me a year and it's amazing. The conditioner that I use, this is my second bottle within a year, but I use a lot more conditioner than shampoo, obviously. And this is the Redken All Soft. So the reason I have the All Soft conditioner is because I also have very dry hair. The ends of my hair, I do have a lot of, well, not so much anymore, that's my goal. I have problems with split ends. But when you have darker hair, you don't really know how gross or bad looking people's hairs are, because the dark hair hides the split ends. Anywho, the All Soft brand of Redken is really good for dry hair. I use the Redken All Soft Conditioner, softness for dry, brittle hair. I love this shampoo. I always, you know when you like wash out your hair in the shower and it just feels soft and you're like, so silky smooth. That's what this does. What I would recommend for a more drugstore shampoo and conditioner, I really like, I forget the name of it, the exact name, but it's the Herbal Essence Botanical collection. I really like that. Sometimes I like to switch back and forth between my shampoo and conditioner. I currently don't have the Herbal Essence shampoo here with me now, but I would definitely recommend that for someone who doesn't want to spend $20 on a bottle of shampoo and conditioner. But again, those bottles have lasted me forever. Another thing to note when you're picking out your shampoo and conditioner, basically, I'm gonna get a little sciencey here, how to tell if a product is good for you or not is looking at the pH level. So pH is very important, as we ladies know, when it comes to balancing your pH level down there. You don't want to throw that off, because that's how you get infections, bacteria, yada yada yada. Same thing with your hair. Water usually has a pH balance of about 5, and your hair, your scalp, usually has a pH balance between around 4.5. According to science, your hair products should be between 3.5 and 4.5. Now, what most companies don't tell you is the pH level on their products. Great, right? There is this website that has already tested a bunch of products that are commonly used. I will leave that link down below. You guys can check it out, see what hair products you're currently using and what the pH level is with that. To test your products yourself at home, you can just go on Amazon and get a pH testing kit. It's just a little strip. If you've ever had a pool and you want to, you know, test the chlorine and you just dip that strip in, it's the same thing. So anyway, with that, your products, if you have curly hair, I mean like curly hair, your products should not be above 4. Mess up your curl, it's going to make them straighter, it's going to make your hair frizzier. If you have straight or wavy hair, you can get away with working at a higher pH balance, but most hair products have a pH level of about 6 to 8. 6 to 8. That is awful for your hair. Do your research, check that out. Another thing you can do to have your water that's better for you, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but you can get a filter that you put on your shower head that apparently balances out the pH in the water that you have, because some people's water is too hard or too soft, and that does affect your skin and your hair. So you can put this filter, attach it onto your shower head, and it's more balanced and it's going to be better for your hair and skin. I personally have not tried it, although I would love to. If you guys have tried it before, comment down below how your impressions about it. If you like it, if you don't, would you recommend it? Either or. Okay, so then next, I don't know why I just did that running thing. I thought it was gonna look cool. After you get out of the shower, next what you want to do, and this has changed my life. So next what you want to do is put a detangler in your hair before you brush out your hair when it's wet. Do not brush your hair when it's wet if you do not have a detangler in it. These are the detanglers that I have used and I like. I don't have this at the moment, but it's a 10 leave-in conditioner. That's really good to use. I like that. Currently what I am using, I'm almost out, the Matrix Biolage, I don't know, Advance, and it's keratin dose pro keratin plus soak. It just comes out as like a spray and you just spray it all over your hair and then comb it out with a wide tooth comb. So sometimes I use this, but currently I've been using this. I have no idea how you pronounce this. This stuff is so nice. I really like it. The only complaint I have about it is that it has a very strong perfumey smell. I personally don't like strong perfume smells. I'm more of a body mist kind of gal. But if you like the really like perfumey scents, you'll probably really like this. And besides that, it's not too overwhelming that I hate it, but it makes sense because when you look on the ingredient label, perfume is listed as like the 4th ingredient, which if you didn't know, when you're looking at any of your labels on the ingredients, the first ingredient, that ingredient has the most amount in the bottle, and then second the most, third the most. Fun fact. Again, I'll just spray this all over my head and then comb it through. Next, I like to put a leave-in conditioner on the ends of my hair, and these are the 2 products that I have been using. I used to use this. It's okay to use. I find that if I use too much of it, my hair feels really gross. And again, you're putting this product in your hair when your hair is still wet. Do not put this in your hair if your hair has dried because it gets really gross. This is the Matrix Biolage, I don't know, again. Advanced Repair Inside Argan and Soy. I don't know. Can you see that? Okay, there's that. Recently, I have been using this coconut whipped cream leave-in conditioner, Ren Pure Professionals. That's what that looks like, and I really like this. It smells really good. It smells like the mousse that I use, and it just smells like marshmallows. What I really like about this, after I put it on, like my hands aren't sticky and my hair feels really nice. I would recommend this product for sure. Once you have your hair products in your hair after your shower, this is another hack I've discovered, that a lot of my hair comes out in the shower, but I think it's because I used to finger comb my hair, but now I don't do that anymore. Instead of combing through your hair in the shower, I don't know what you want to call this, but I'll just show you guys what I do. I kind of just take my hands and I go like this. It gets all the product out, but I'm not, you know, pulling on the hair and pulling it out of my scalp. So I'll just go like, I don't know if you can, I'll go like this to my hair, and then once I get down to the bottom of my hair, I just kind of do the same thing. So I don't run my fingers through my hair anymore, and that has made so much of a difference. Like usually, now that I live on my own, I don't like to snake my drain all the time. When the hair comes off of my hands or I find it on my body, I just stick it on the wall, and then once I'm done with my shower, I clean it off and throw it away. When you're in the shower, try not to comb through your hair as much. I do have a shower comb in there that's also, let me go get it. This is the one that I use. It's basically the same thing as my clear one. It just has this little hooky thing that I hook onto my shower caddy, and since it's long, y'all heard that, right? The one thing that I will say that I hate about long hair is how much it's just kind of in the way. Like, I don't tie my hair back when I'm sleeping. It's like in my armpits. I'm like trying to move around, and it's just to avoid getting angry and to, again, prevent your hair from being tugged on, breaking when you sleep, braiding your hair. So when you're braiding your hair, I would suggest to like switch it up so you're not braiding it in the same direction every time, so you're not pulling the hair. What I do, I alternate between doing a French braid down the back of my hair before I go to sleep, or I just do 2 braids, and then usually in the morning my hair is kind of wavy. Honestly, I don't really know if my natural hair type is wavy or curly. It depends. If I don't braid my hair and I go to sleep with my hair wet, then in the morning I basically just have like knots all in my hair. Like, it's curly but super knotty, so then I have to brush it out, and then it just turns into this big frizzy mess. Like, oh, just brush your hair. Just brush your hair. Okay, well, if you had my hair, you would understand why I don't brush it every time. So when you're washing your hair, you don't want to wash it every day, but everybody's different. My sister, she has super thick and her hair gets oily after like day 7, so she has to wash her hair maybe like once a week. And I also know friends that have really oily hair and have to wash their hair every day, which is fine. you do you, boo. Life is not a one size fits all. Trying to lengthen the days that you don't have to wash your hair is doing different hairstyles. Once my hair is dry, most of the time, well, first of all, these two products together has changed my hair. After the first time I used it, my roommates were like, did you dye your hair? And I was like, no, what do you mean? And they said it looked darker. And then I looked at it and my hair wasn't as frizzy. It must look darker because my hair is not as poofy. It's like closer together. Once my hair is dry, I will then put some type of oil on the ends of my hair because again, I have really dry ends. This is what I used to use. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. OGX brand. Renewing plus argan oil and Morocco. And I used to love this stuff, but honestly, I feel like it just makes my hair greasy. I feel like it's not really penetrating into my hair. I've been using this stuff. I pretty much use it every day. And I've had this for about a year now, and I'm just about halfway through it. Frizz dismiss. Just gets rid of the frizz. I have it in my hair right now. It makes the world of a difference. It makes your hair shinier, takes away the frizz. It smells super good. Sorry, the ring light's making this hard. When it comes to styling your hair, you want to try and not apply heat onto your hair as much as possible. That has really helped my hair grow a lot faster and longer. I started braiding it more, and that allowed it to grow more because I wasn't damaging the ends of my hair. So there wasn't as much breakage and my hair was able to get longer without the split ends messing it up. So if you do have to use heat on your hair, definitely use a heat protectant. The one that I like to use is but it's by Tresemme. I really like that, but always use a heat protectant on your hair. Another thing, when you're blow drying your hair, it may seem like it's okay for your hair even with the cool setting, but most of the time when you're blow drying your hair, you're brushing it, and brushing causes the split end. Just be more mindful of you're blow drying your hair. Maybe try to air dry it more often. I'd like to do a video in the future showing you guys some non-heat hairstyles. I feel like that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys learned something, and I hope some of these hacks help you guys grow out your hair. There's no beauty standard for length of hair. If you're just trying to keep your hair healthy at a shorter length, great. If you're trying to grow it out, great. If you're trying to keep your hair more healthy at the longer length, great. Whatever makes you guys happy. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys later.